What's going on, guys? Jimmy Like Halo here, back again, and today I'm going to show you my super scuffed setup for my Wii U that I have for recording this video. Now, I'm doing this in my room. Normally I have this on a desk or something. I just put it on the floor because I wanted to review Mario Galaxy, but I didn't really have a setting I could do that, so here I am. Now, getting into it, Super Mario Galaxy 2, released on the Wii 3 years after the first one. Another really good, solid 3D Mario game. Um, Main problem with it is it's still on the Wii. So even though it's still on the Wii, obviously still a good game and all this, it's a 3D platformer. I'm gonna get into it and show you stuff and compare to the first one as well. Main problem I have with this game, which I'll get into more, is because it's on the Wii and because it's a 3D game, you have to use the nunchuck. Now I'll explain why that's more of a problem later. But yeah, this is my physical copy of the game. As you can see, I'm pretty sure this has never been released as Nintendo Selects, because this is a later Wii game in 2010. This is just 3DS stuff. But the disc looks cool, the cover art looks cool. Kind of similar to this little Mario Galaxy one. But like brighter, as he's not zooming out as much. Anyway, getting into it. Now before I get into the Mario Galaxy 2 stuff, I'm going to first go into Mario Galaxy 1 to show you a comparison of how the actual game layout works. I would screen record all this stuff if I could, but as you can see, this is all separate screens. I'm sure there's a way to splice it together. I'll probably figure it out in the future, but for now, this is what you're going to see. So, as you can see right here, we have the observatory in Mario's Galaxy. I'm playing as Luigi right now because I 100%ed this game essentially twice. Because after you get all 121 stars, you unlock Luigi, and then you get a whole another 121 stars. But yeah, this is just the hub world, similar to something of Super Mario 64 with Peach's Castle, or kind of more similar to Mario Sunshine with Isle Delfino being like slightly smaller. Not huge, not like crazy or anything, but anyway, it's a little hub world. There's these little things called observatories, right? So when you go in these things, right, you see the world map selection of these different areas. So, for example, this galaxy is one world that has stars. This is another one over here, as you can see. And it's similar to Mario 64 in that regard, where there's stars in each level. You go through each level and get that star. However, in this game, it's more linear in which stars you get in which order. So basically, when you get a star and unlocks the next level to get that star, you can't get that next star unless it's a secret star within the level, unless you finish the other mission first. Whereas Mario 64, you can pretty much get them in any other. All the stars are always there, just like Odyssey. This game's more linear, but besides that, for me, the linearity doesn't matter. Like, the quality of the levels and the music in this game are so good that none of that really matters. I think most people probably agree with that. But, I mean, you're looking at the Switch version, but on the Wii, Mario Galaxy 1 was a very good looking game, right? And it's aged really well. Now, I was really excited when they brought it to 3D All Stars because, like, oh, not only can I play it on the go or whatever, anywhere, and it'll look good and run well and all this stuff, but the main thing is, it's because it's on the Switch. Now, the good thing about this being on the Switch is, you know, if you're in handheld, you can touchscreen this, but that's not the thing. It's mainly so if you're using controllers, this right Joy-Con acts as your pointer, right? But that's not even that. The movement is done with the Joy-Con, right? My Joy-Con, wirelessly at least, never disconnects. In handheld mode, I have my own problems. The rail, I don't know what's happening with it. You still have the shake to spin. But also another good thing about this game is they mapped it to the Y button as well, so that makes it really easy to spin around and stuff. Anyway, this version looks very beautiful, as you can tell. Moving on to the Mario Galaxy 2 part, you know, I'm thinking about this now. I already made the Mario Galaxy video, and that'll go out, and this is more like a Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 video, comparing them both, more than a Mario Galaxy 2 video. But whatever, I'm doing it anyway. So moving on to my chalk setup of my Wii U with Mario Galaxy 2. Oops. We're going to launch this old Wii style. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the Wii. I even like the Wii U. I know that's crazy to think about. But my main problem, and this has nothing to do with... This isn't Mario Galaxy 2's fault, as you can see right here. The nunchuck. Now, normally most people think, oh, it's not a problem. You just plug it in here and everything's fine, right? And while that's true, and it'll work for the most part, in this game you shake the Wii Remote a lot, right? So when I'm playing this game, and I have the nunchuck in because you have to in order to move around, this left Joy-Con is the nunchuck, this right one is the Wii pointer. So when you're playing the game, hold on. This acts as your pointer, and it works pretty much exactly how the Joy-Con does with the Wii Remote, and that's all fine and dandy, right? And then the nunchuck, you know, when it works, it works. You can move around, as you can see here. But there's a lot of times when I'll be shaking the Wii Remote to spin because there's no button in this game. And when you're shaking, this little nunchuck part will become loose, and you'll have to push it back in. And now this nunchuck is better than my other one, but it's to the point where every time I would shake, this would become so unloose that this would happen, right? And not only would this happen when it disconnects, right? When it disconnects, it'll also keep moving Mario in a forward direction. If that was the last action you're doing when it disconnected, you'll jump off the stage, and a lot of bad things will happen. You'll die in the level, have to restart. It depends what you're doing. It's very frustrating. That's the only reason why this being on the Wii to me is very annoying, because of the nunchuck, right? If I had a nunchuck and a Wii remote without this problem, it would be totally fine, right? But I do have this, so like it really aggravates me that this wasn't on the Switch, because if it was, it would solve all these problems. And honestly, I probably would like Mario Galaxy 2 more. And I still love the game, don't get me wrong, but the Wii controls really set it off for me and make it a lot harder than enjoy than it should be, because it's a really good game. But yeah, side rant over, time to go talk about all the good stuff about this game, mainly the Mario Galaxy 2 stuff, right? So your hub world in this game is significantly smaller than the observatory. You're not moving over to little observatory areas and then going into the menu screen. Instead, you're just at this one area, and you know, there's a bunch of characters that as you beat the levels, they'll come here and join you, which is really cool. And the ship being shaped like Mario is really funny. Um, and yeah, all the power-ups will be here. It's a really cool little area. It's very small but cool. And also, the music in this area is some of the best in the Mario series. I gotta say, yeah, Mario Galaxy 2's soundtrack in general is, I'd say, one of the best series. Maybe better than the first Galaxy, I'm not quite sure, but they're both really good. But moving on from that, we're actually going to look at the map screen here. And this is very different from Mario Galaxy 1, where I'm talking about more openness and linearity. That game was linear, sure, but when you get enough stars, you can choose whatever level to do, right? In this game, when there's a level, you have to complete the first level, and then it'll unlock this other area you move forward. It's all like a 2D map. It's very linear. It goes that one way. You can't select between that level, this level, and this level off the get-go. You have to be a level at least on this level, then you can go to this one, beat a level, and then go to this one, right? It's much more linear, and all the worlds are like this in this map, as I'll show you. There's 6 worlds, and at the end of every one is a Bowser Jr. or Bowser fight. And while I don't like, for example, here, when the pipe brings you here, you can choose to do like this level and this level. That's different. But usually it's not like that. Usually it's just a straight line, and you choose between like 2 different ones. And like I said, while I don't like it as much as Galaxy 1's way and how it chooses the levels, I still think it's fine. Like at the end of the day, as long as the levels are fun, that's all that really matters. I don't really have a problem with that. It's just like more linear than you would want it to be. It's more steered in direction of 3D Land, where that's just flat out like level after level, right in order. So it's better than that. I just like the freedom of choice, but it doesn't really matter if the game is still fun and all the levels are fun. That's what's important. But it's just a difference between the first and second one. As you can tell with these Mario games, they kind of went more linear as they went along, less open, until they got to Odyssey, obviously, which I'll talk about soon in another video. But yeah, going on to the visuals department, I mean, even this game on the Wii, I was playing it. Granted, it was on my TV that was 4K, and it's upscaling, and it's also HDR, so the colors probably look better. This display is not, but even then, just outputting it on a HDMI through the Wii U, this Wii game from 2010, it definitely looks better than the 2007 Galaxy on the Wii itself, not the like remastered port on the Switch. But overall, it surprisingly looks better than you think. Um, I think a big thing in games, I usually say, is art style goes a long way. The better a game looks in art style, the better it age. As you can see here, this is on a Wii game, but it doesn't look that much worse. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell in video, but Mario's kind of on the pixelated side when you're closer, but from afar, it in a TV setting especially, it's not that noticeable, not that big of a deal. Like I said, visuals aren't a big deal, but this game, my point driving is it ages really well. The visuals are still really good, and the gameplay's still good. I don't like as much as the first Galaxy for the reasons I stated before with linearity and the levels. I don't like quite as much. There's less levels per world, but there's more worlds in general, I think. But it's all a matter of opinion, choice, whichever one you prefer. But yeah, I like the first one more than the second one. Doesn't mean the second one's better or worse. If you like the second one, that's cool too. Let me know which one you like better. Let me know if you like more linear or more open stuff, or if you've played Mario Galaxy 1 or 2, or you want to play Galaxy 2 but it's not on the Switch and you don't have a Wii or Wii U to play it, or if you have nunchuck problems like I do, please let me know, because I swear nobody talks about that, and it's a huge problem for me playing the Wii. But yeah, that's about all I have to say for this video. Stay tuned for another Mario video on Mario Odyssey, and yeah, thanks for watching.